Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Florida State's offense takes the field. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent. Both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks. David, this one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names. You know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller. Trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for you. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Back to pass, it's Burns. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Catch inside the 25. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. Barely time to catch our breath after that one, and they've got it 1st and 10, threatening just outside the red zone. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Guys, let's look big picture at Florida State. We start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for this season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front seven and all the athletes they have. It'll be fun to watch this unit for the rest of it.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And that's a good response by this defense. They gave up some yards, obviously some plays, more than they wanted to, but when it got to the area in the scoring zone, in the area where it really matters, nice job on 3rd down, getting the sack, and possibly forcing the field goal.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And it's no good. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the pass game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Alabama pushing the tempo. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Dropping back, it's Turay. Oh, they're after him. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Let's talk about Alabama. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw it. Fires to the middle. That's caught. It's Ali. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he cruises to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but look at this.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Caught in the backfield, it's good. Quick step and go. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Burns. Get it out to the supersonic guy. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus. The number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys have decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down. The defender got a little desperate there. Grabbed, held, and the offense will take the penalty. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the right. He's got it. And they get him down. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. Using his feet. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Dropping back, it's Toure. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got an open man. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. defense changing the play. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Right back to the well. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll finish the run. Play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Burns. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Noles send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. To the air on first down. Buys a little time. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the catch. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Ali. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Got it behind the line. It's Ali. At the 35, he's loose. Touchdown, Bama! Oh, man, they'll be in All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. If they're going to keep this drive going, they'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Noles will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The evolution of the Alabama offense has always been built around what does the quarterback do best, and this guy's doing a lot of things well.
And we've seen...
And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. Alabama pushing the tempo. 18. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it, using the quick game. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Less than a yard to go to pick up the 1st down. From the shotgun, the inside give. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Touchdown time! Wants to throw. It's Burns. It's complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Line getting set on 2nd down. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, the tight end was in blocking on that play. The quarterback just kind of freaked out. He was just trying to find someone to outlet and dump the football to. He found the tight end. He wasn't expecting it, and as a result, loses yards on the catch.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Now on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. And the Seminoles will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Just needs a crack to get a return. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. First snap of this drive comes from their own 41. Wants to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Alabama quickly back to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Good route on the comeback, and he makes the catch. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They move to the 16. It's 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. A lot of defenders around on that screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Might be calling a hot route. Second down, he'll throw it. Here's a hit. He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. He's got it on the move. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Alabama trying to convert this fourth down. A run for the quarterback. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Set, ready. Trying to bull his way in. Cut. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Can't make the grab in this offense, which is... Looking to throw, it's Burns. Makes the catch, it's Harris. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab, it's good. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Rush is on him. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Makes a move. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something...
Touchdown, Crimson Tide! A great catch! Offense in a bunch formation.
42 Spider.
Quick handoff. Fights off the defender. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed. They're about to wear this punter out. He's already been out 4 times, staring at a 5th if they can't move the chains. To the air, it's Burns. And the missed connection on 3rd down. The Seminoles will call on their punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try the middle. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter their comeback. So we open the final period with a third down play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Gets it out fast. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
It's complete to the left. There he goes. Now the connection takes it to the 11. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They go to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
How about this defense rising to the challenge? Focal point number 1, stopping the great running back. Check. How do we do it? Being physical at the line of scrimmage, getting off blocks, not missing a lot of tackles. They have checked all of those boxes and shut this dude down.
It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The Seminoles come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. He'll keep it on the sneak. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down. And the Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
To the ground. He's got it again. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
Got his man downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And you're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Looking downfield, it's Burns. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. And the Noles will send out the punt unit. Wants to return it. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Here we go. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. At the 45 on its way. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together.
Oh, he's getting ahead. And we have breaking news. They scored. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Harris. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Burns. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
2-9 Philly.
Looking to fire. Grabbed in the middle. It's Harris. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a first down. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That's good.